Hi everyone, so I am doing a tag before I go to bed, and this is a two-part tag because one is the Disney Princess tag, which you might have seen that I've done the Disney Heroine tag, and another part is called the Disney Prince tag. So not long ago, Paul Reeds had done the Prince tag, and I really liked his video. Apparently Kendall Reeds is the Disney Prince creator, but I think somebody else might have created the Princess tag. When I clicked on the video, their video wasn't there or wasn't available, so either they took it down or their channel is gone. I'm not totally sure. But, so the Princess one has 16 questions, and the Prince has 11. I'm just going to do them all in this video, so it might get a little long. I do not think about the answers for this video. A lot of books make it repeated. It really depends. But it's a tag and tags. They're fun for the most part. And this is my channel. This is how I want to do it. And yeah, we're going to talk about books. So, the first one is Anna and Elsa, a book involving siblings. For this one, I will have to go with shoot. Let's go with Cinder. I would have said Harry Potter, but a lot of people talk about Harry Potter, but that would be like a runner-up, I guess, for this question. So, Cinder and her two stepsisters. Because that whole family arrangement is kind of interesting because it's not the same as the traditional Cinderella, because she's actually adopted even by the father that died, whereas like, what is it, in the original, like, she's the actual daughter of the father, he dies, and she's taken care of by the stepmother. No, the father adopted her from Europe. Rapunzel, a book that made you emotional. A book that made me emotional, I would say Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, because it deals with a very heavy subject matter, and just the characters made me angry, and I guess it made me angry because I can see that happening in real life. Merida, a book with a female warrior. See, I don't know what would be considered a female warrior. Can I just say the Sailor Moon manga and the Sailor Scouts? Because they are like totally badass yet feminine, and it's really cool. Tiana, a book that features realistic struggles. I guess I can't have a tag without mentioning it. The Hunger Games is filled with realistic struggles between starvation, death, just trying to survive in general. Belle, a literary or classic book? I haven't read a whole lot of classic books, but maybe I'll go with Of Mice and Men because I haven't mentioned it all that much. It's been years since I've read it, but I remember really enjoying it when I did. It's a short read, but very good and quite sad. Pocahontas, a nature-themed book, or a book by a naturalist. Once again, I have to mention the trilogy because I don't have too many books that I've fully read that are nature-themed, but I would say in Catching Fire, the arena that they were imprisoned in, they dealt with a lot of more natural aspects versus the first book, because the first book they were mainly fighting against the other tributes, where as in Catching Fire they have these storms and these mutated animals and all this other stuff to deal with. Jasmine, a book about the desire to be free. God, that's hard because it really depends on the character of the book and what you mean by being free. But maybe I would say The Giver, which is a book by Lois Lowry. And it's about this world where people don't have choices. Their lives are set up for them, their spouse, their children, their jobs. They're not allowed to experience other kinds of weather. They don't see color. And then this boy named Jonas, he becomes the receiver of memories from, the past before the world was the way it was. And he kind of, in many ways, wants to bring those things back. Snow, grandparents, all that. So I would definitely go with that book. Sorry, I messed up a little smoothie. Um, Mulan. A book featuring war or battles. I would go with Mockingjay. I know a lot of people dislike Mockingjay, but I actually really enjoyed it. I think the ending could have been a little different, and some of the death I'm not very thrilled about, but all in all, I think they handled, the idea of going through all that and the whole PTSD theme. I think she did pretty well on that. Besides the ending, the book is really good, and depending on your imagination, there's a lot of action in it. Ariel, a book featuring curiosity or learning. Um, Curiosity or learning. Again, that can be a lot of books. I would say there's sort of an aspect of learning and discovering certain truths about life in Looking for Alaska. I had my issues with that book, and you can watch that on my recent wrap up I just did. Cinderella, a book featuring manual labor. Again, there's a lot of manual labor in the Hunger Games. A lot of other books too, just because if you have normal, not extremely wealthy characters, like the kid, Connor, I think that was his name, and Going Bovine, he worked at a fast food restaurant, so, I mean, that's sort of, it really depends. Sleeping Beauty, a book featuring sleep. I feel like I've seen this question before. Maybe it was in the Disney Heroine tag, because I remember a question like this. And I still have to say Twilight. That's the only thing I can think of where people cared about Soundwave sleeping. Snow White, a book featuring one of the seven deadly sins. Again, the entire HD trilogy. The whole games were set up because the capital took, they reaped the benefits of the labor of the district people. And the whole games came about as a punishment for the rebellion because the people in the district were tired of having their families starve while all their good stuff went to the rich people. And then if you watched my top 10 Hunger Games moments, I talked about the part in Catching Fire where they drink this substance, this cocktail or whatever it is, to make themselves throw up. So basically, people who are actually doing the work that let them have the lives they do are starving to death, and here they are sitting on their asses, basically drinking the stuff to make them throw up so they can eat more. So definitely greed and gluttony is in that series. So bonus, Megara. A book featuring Greek mythology. I cannot think of a single one, but I know a part of it was mentioned in My Sister's Keeper, I believe, because her name came from Greek mythology. Alice, a book featuring nonsense or unusual other worlds. Well, the book I'm currently writing has different worlds in it. Hopefully, I will get that done so you guys can read it. But since I don't want to use Alice in Wonderland because the question is Alice, maybe I will go with the Phantom Tollbooth. That one had a lot of nonsense in it too, and it basically maybe is like the boy character version. It was both books are really fun. Um, Animal Princesses. Maid Marian. A book with a canine. Because of Winn-Dixie. I've talked about this book before. It is beautifully written and a great middle grade book. Nala. A book with a feline. I will go with Coraline because I really like the cat from Coraline. Well, you need to be mixed more, that's for sure. On to the Prince. The Prince, aka Prince Florian. A book with a horrible or evil mother. I will go with Audrey, I think her name is, from Cinder. There's no reason to treat that girl the way she did. I understand the reason for her feelings, but she really was crappy to Cinder. Prince Henry, aka Prince Charming. A book where the protagonist has to fight through hell to get the girl. I would say Miles, aka Pudge, from Looking for Alaska. Even though it was a lot of shitty reasons and everything, and yeah, I don't understand, but the kid went through a lot, if you really think about it. Prince Philip, a book where the protagonist has to overcome the odds. Oh god, there's a lot. I would say maybe Beauty Queens by Libba Bray or Going Bovine by Libba Bray. One deals with beauty queens that are stranded on an island after a plane crash, and one deals with a boy who has mad cow disease. And he has to go on this journey to kind of find a cure. Prince Eric, a book that includes a sea adventure. I am drawing a blank on this one. This one I can't think of because I don't think I've read enough of a sea adventure. But I definitely want to read more sea-themed books because I love the water. So I'm going to leave this question open. If you have any suggestions, give them to me. Please. Beast, a beastly protagonist. The only one I could think of would be Animal Farm, and I really enjoyed that one. It's basically, it has human characters in it too, but it's mainly focused on the animals. Aladdin, a character who went from rags to riches. Katniss and Beta, and everyone else who won the games before. John Smith, a character that embarks on a brand new world. I tried not to use it, but definitely Harry Potter. I mean, just magically and emotionally, that kid's life was changed. That was Aladdin. Okay, John Smith. No, I already did John Smith. That sounded wrong. I did the question. Li Shang. This is where I'm at. Okay. A protagonist whose father dies, someone she loved. I think it's supposed to be someone they loved. Well before the events of the story, 5 years prior, the father of Katniss had died in a mining accident, an explosion. People died all through the games. People died in Mockingjay, which I won't give away because I always say you should definitely read that series. It's almost kind of hard to not give spoilers. Harry Potter's parents are dead. Um, who else? The father in Cinder is dead. Undead dads. Um, yeah, it's kind of hard because other ones would definitely be spoilers, but yeah, most people die in books that I read. Prince Naveen, a book that's all about having fun. This one's hard. It really, really is hard because I don't read a whole lot of happy books. What's a happy story? Oh my god. I almost don't know because a lot of stuff I read is like really sad. No matter what age it is. A book that I would say was fun to read would be Alice in Wonderland or The Phantom Tollbooth or Coraline. Flynn Rider, a book whose protagonist is a thief or a book about thieves. I have not read one yet. No. I don't know if I'd care to read a book like that. Kristoff, again, a nature-themed book or a book by a naturalist. Since I answered HG for a female character, maybe I would say something like Hatchet or Lord of the Flies, which are both really good too. So anyways, that is my Disney Prince/Princess tag. So I will tag Todd the Librarian, Matilda Gothica, Night Fair, Minnie's Book Journey, and the BookTube Turtle, and anybody else watching this. So thanks for sticking around this long, guys. See ya. Bye.